a moment, get centered whenever you're ready.
Yeah. So have you guys ever wondered what the benefits are of being a U.S. congressman or congresswoman? Well, in an article released by Sean Williams, October 20th, being a Motley Fool reporter, he stated that a couple benefits of being a U.S. congressman are you receive $174,000 in annual salary, you get free parking at the U.S. airports, you get weekend insider trading restrictions, and you also receive up to at least $1.2 million in yearly allowance. So you receive $174,000 in salary, and you have $1.2 million to hire a staff, a cute little secretary, and some paper clips. Thinking about this, I'm probably going to be running for some congressman in a couple years. Now, my candidate probably wouldn't be thinking the same way as I do. The candidate who I will be informing you today is Scott Jones. Scott Jones is a registered Republican who is running for U.S. Congress of the 7th District in California. Now, for those of you who do not know the 7th District, it consists of the eastern and western suburbs of Sacramento. And a couple of main points that I will discuss to you about Scott Jones's qualifications are his extensive background in law enforcement, education, his divisional outreach programs that he has established for the community, and also his political affiliations, as well as a couple main social issues that he's for or against. Now, first starting with his background, present day, he is the county sheriff of Sacramento. Now, that is an elected position that he has held for 2 consecutive terms, one in 2012 and the second in 2014. Before he was an elected official, he was working as an officer, getting promoted through the ranks as sergeant, lieutenant to captain. And before he was working in the sheriff's department, everyone knows that you have to work as a security officer in the jails. And before working in the jails, his education, he received 2 bachelor's degrees. One bachelor degree was at the Cal State University of Sacramento in criminal justice, and his second was at the Lincoln Law School. He received a law degree. It was the Lincoln Law School in Sacramento. Now, he is not only just a public service official. He gives to his community in other ways. He has established the first multi-jurisdictional impact division for the county. Now, that is a division which collaborates with different agencies, for example, the Homeland Security, collecting intelligence from different agencies, and what they ultimately want to do is lower gang violence, crime, yada, yada, yada. Now, the other things that he has created are is a community service relations unit and a youth services unit. Now, what they do is they collaborate with schools, nonprofit organizations, businesses, other such entities to really discuss the issues on how to lower youth delinquency, youth violence, and ultimately make youth more productive in society. On top of that, he is also the president of the California Peace Officers Association, as well as on the board member of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and as well he serves as a board member on other local boards in his local community in Sacramento. And on top of that, he's also an adjunct professor at the community college level and the Cal State level in the criminal justice department. Now, thirdly, we must divert from his experience and his accomplishments and really focus on him being a politician. Now, recently he received some backfire from an article released by Dan Moraine on March 6, 2016. Dan Moraine, being an editor and a columnist for the Sacramento Bee, he asked Scott Jones, who does he support for the presidential candidacy? Scott Jones was quoted that he supports Donald Trump for the candidacy, given the alternative Hillary Clinton, which he will not vote for. Now, earlier in that article, that same article, he stated that he thought Ted Cruz or Marco Rubio would have gotten the primary nomination. He didn't believe that Trump would have gotten it just like anyone else. Well, on top of that, he had lost some support from the Teamsters because they don't support Donald Trump, so why would they support him as well? On top of that, he had a recent interview with Christopher Catalogo on June 28, 2016, Christian Catalogo being a political reporter for the Sacramento Bee. I think I said January 28, 2016. But yeah, so he got an interview saying, what are your issues and political views on social issues, I guess. So basically what he had to say in a nutshell is he's 100% against the legalization of marijuana. He is against the minimum wage increase. He is neutral on gay marriage. He is for the strengthening of the borders, as well as providing illegal immigrants residency to get citizenship because he believes that they're being productive members of society already. So to sum it all up, Scott Jones is really a busy man, but a busy man is kind of an understatement for him. To add up all his qualities, he is a dedicated and educated sheriff for 30 years. He has created a couple outreach programs and divisions in law enforcement to help underprivileged youth, as well as lowering crime and gang violence. And thirdly, he is loyal to his constituents by sticking to Donald Trump's side, Republican Party. And to sum it up, or to end, he is running for the 7th district in California, U.S. Congressman, which resides in Sacramento. He was born in Sacramento. He lives in Sacramento. He raised his kids in Sacramento. And he studied in Sacramento.